Who's queer as fuck? No, but really, who's queer as fuck here? My name is Kazi. Rush isn't short for anything like Rush Pinder or Rush Me or something else racist you can come up with. My parents are from Bangladesh. They moved to the Netherlands, they got kicked out. They moved to Germany, they got kicked out. They moved to England, they got kicked out. They moved to Canada, they're like, we're not getting kicked out. We're not doing it. So my dad fucked my mom, you know, got her super pregnant. Because back then you didn't kick out pregnant ladies from countries. It wasn't Trump's America, right? So they're like, okay, so what do Canadians like? We're gonna name our firstborn son something Canadians like. They like this band Rush, cool.
Oh my God.
Right? And like, I was born with a vagine, and they're like, oh, it's a good plan. We stick to the plan, never deviate from the plan. And that's why my name's Rush, you guys. It's dumb. It's the dumbest name in the world. So many people think it's cool, but like, you know how many times I've been asked if I'm in a rush? Like, are you in a rush? Are you in a hurry rush? Have you ever seen Rush Hour 3? Have you been to Mount Rushmore? Are you part Russian? You know when you go to a kegger and you buy that solo cup for $10 and they put your name on it? Smart college kids put down slow, you know? It's like, that's funny. I fucking hate you. Cool. I hope you die in a fire. Okay. But yeah, so here's the thing about me. I present very femme, but I'm non-binary. But when I was in high school, I didn't know that was an option because Google wasn't around. We had Ask Jeeves, right? Yeah, you remember that robot butler from the dial-up internet? Yeah, you remember dial-up internet? It took me 3 days to download a fake nude of Britney Spears. It was not a good time. You know? By the time you get to the nipples, you're like, these aren't her tits, but I've masturbated 18 times. You print it out, put it in your duotang for later. You know, just... No one now knows how hard porn was, okay? It was so difficult. Anyway, so I used to identify as a trans man because I didn't know non-binary was an option. I used to tie my boobs down, wear a fake beard, fuck a lot of bitches. Sometimes nice ladies. But mostly bitches because you get what you give, you know? It's The Secret. It's a book I read once. Okay, anyway, like I said, my parents are Muslim immigrants from Bangladesh, and they're really cool with me bringing girls home. They're like, we moved to Canada. This is what Canadians do. They're all lesbians with beards. You know, just like, very assimilated. During this time, I found out I was pansexual by mistake, by tripping and falling onto a penis. I also like to say pansexual over bisexual, because I prefer people think that I fuck pans. Over that I don't exist, you know, just like biphobia is real, guys. It sucks. But yeah, pansexual as fuck. But yeah, so when I fucked that dude, I was like, ah, fuck no, I'm into dudes too. The types of guys I'm into do not like my beard, you know. Like, so I stopped wearing it all the time. So every once in a while, I'd bring a guy home. My dad was super excited. He'd come to the door. He'd knock. He'd be like, Rush, what are you doing? I'm like, Dad, I'm busy, you know, because I wanted to sound like Chad Kruger from Nickelback when I was in high school. Life goal. Anyways, my dad would shuffle off, he'd shuffle back, he'd knock on the door again, and he'd be like, do you want $20? What I'm saying is every time I fucked a guy, my dad would slip a $20 bill under the door to reaffirm that heteronormative activity was encouraged in the house. Yeah. So if any of you young gentlemen want to make $10, I still live with my dad. Yeah. Kind of weird. But yeah, dating in the early 2000s was really difficult as a queer person, you know, because we didn't have Tinder, Grindr, Finder, 3Under, Field, whatever else. We had chat rooms. Hey, who knows what a chat room is? 7 people, cool, okay. Yeah, no, ASL, you know, just like... Yeah, 17 in Rexdale, Ontario, looking for a pussy, just hunting. You just, I found this girl online, and we started talking on the phone. We didn't have digital cameras, so we had to describe ourselves to one another, you know? Dating was hard. Okay, so I'm talking to this girl, and she sounds like Ashanti. She sounds mint. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna fuck Ashanti. It's gonna happen. I'm like, what's your ethnic background, if you don't mind me asking? And she's like, I'm half Jamaican, half Indian. I'm like, dope, that's exactly what I think Ashanti is. I don't have Google yet. I'm like, what's your body like? She's like, I'm tall, fit, I have abs, I'm really athletic. I'm like, dope, dope, dope. None of the things I am. Cool, that's great. Opposites attract. I'm like, do you look like a celebrity just so I can picture it in my mind's eye since, you know, no cameras and stuff? And she's like, I do. My friends say I look a lot like Ja Rule. I'm like, that's the same music video I was thinking of, and I'm horny. Let's fucking do this. Okay, let's meet up. Let's go. But I'm in Rexdale, she's in Scarborough. Neither of us drive. That's a 3-hour transit in either direction. So I'm like, let's meet in the middle. Let's go to Yorkdale Mall. You know. And babe, don't worry. I'm paying for everything. I'm super masked. I'm gonna take you to the fanciest restaurant I can think of. Let's go to Rainforest fucking Cafe. Okay, cool. All right. Anyway, so I'm like, baby, whatever you want, right? And like, I was a Chad back then. I had a wallet with a chain on it, and I say trans man, but I was more like a trans teenage white boy. I listened to a lot of Papa Roach and Linkin Park. You know, it was just like, I was a fucking asshole. That's what it was. And so I'm like, yeah, baby, boy, whatever you want. So for dinner, she gets this thing called the cedar wood plank salmon, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's a piece of fish on wood for $30. Yeah. And for dessert, she gets this thing called the volcano. Oh, people know? Okay. Yeah, 15 brownies on top of one another with whipped cream, ice cream, and fucking sparklers on top. Fucking sparklers. The entire staff comes out screaming, volcano, volcano, volcano. Like I don't have enough people staring at me with my beard falling off at dinner. You know what I mean? It's like, that's $70 fucking in 2001. That's $3 million of now money, you guys. With inflation, you know? You can buy a house with that shit. Anyway, since I was a Chad, I'm like, yeah, I guess I'm fucking Ja Rule tonight. That's happening. I went back to Scarborough. Long story short, what I'm trying to say is dating in the early 2000s as a queer person was a lot like going to Firefest. Right? Because you're traveling very far, you're spending a lot of money, and Ja Rule is kind of there. Just somehow in a, or never mind, it's a hologram. Okay, cool. Do you guys want a life hack from me? Do you guys think I have good advice? Yeah. Okay, cool. Did you know you could say no to a breakup? I just heard 3 people choke. Okay, cool. Anyway, so I was dating this guy, and he was trying to break up with me because I was cheating on him. And I was like, no, thank you, right? And he's like, that's not how breakups work. And I'm like, it's 2014, it takes 2 of us to consent, get woke, bitch. I was like, that's really insulting to the concept of wokeness. And I'm like, I'll give you $5 right now to fuck me. He's like, you don't have $5. So I went to my wallet, produced a toonie. I didn't have $5, obviously. But I slid it over the table really sexy like. It was this motion. Y'all want this. Anyway. It was charming enough for him because he didn't break up with me that instant. So every time he, you know, we wanted to fuck, or he wanted to break up with me, which was a lot because I never stopped cheating on him, I'd smack a toonie down, we'd go to town. That was like our thing, right? Then one day he thought it'd be really cute to flip it on me. He's like, I made lobster, let's fucking do this. And he threw a toonie down onto the coffee table. And I was so fucking offended. Like, how dare you offer me money for sex, you know? No one pays me for sex unless it's my dad, right? Just... Did you guys not listen to the first joke I said? He gives me $20 every time I fuck a guy. It's called a callback. I just taught you bitches something. Okay, also, my dad paid 10 times as much, right? Just, what a cheap piece of shit. All right, who's ready for the show?